Welcome back, listeners, to 2022, episode number 20. Ooh, what? No, damn it. Episode number 121 of the Hit Pause Podcast, the show where we give you all of your YouTube recommendations, all of the biggest news, all of the biggest channels, all of the biggest controversies.
Ooh, that's a lot. You're lucky. So lucky.
Exactly. My name is Ayman.
And I'm David.
And yeah, like I said, this is the first episode of 2022. So we had a little bit of a break, lots of life stuff in the way, and just happy to be back.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of YouTube, obviously, since the last episode.
Yeah, I gotta say, even without the show, I've been hitting it as hard as ever.
I think I watch more without the podcast.
Yeah, maybe. But you know, we were talking about this over Christmas, but like I definitely watched less broad stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I was definitely just back into my old habits and things. Like recently I've been watching a lot of Robbers.
Wait, what?
Robbaz.
Oh, okay.
He's the Swedish king of Sweden.
Okay.
He's a gaming YouTuber, but he has this series from a game which is like such a ridiculous game called My Summer Car. It's like early access, super janky, but kind of in an intentional way. And you build a car and you go around Finland and like drink beers and stuff. And
Is this a vlog channel?
he has this series where it's like 30 episodes long, where he's basically role playing this drunk, like absolute mess / murderous guy in this game, and it's the best shit ever. It is so entertaining. It's just amazing.
Great.
But I mean, there's been a lot of big YouTube happenings, right?
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin, but I'm sure we'll find our feet somewhere. But at the same time, like speaking of like your daily routine, I now have one like just before my first like morning meeting at work. I feel like it's the work from home that's helping things.
Yeah.
But I watch specific YouTube videos to kickstart my day.
Like the same one or the same channel?
Same channel, and
Okay.
then like a category. So I'll always watch Tim the Tap Man.
Okay.
Who's a Call of Duty streamer.
Does he? So what is that like? Stream highlights?
Because he's now moved from Twitch to YouTube, so he
Yeah.
puts like his stream highlights. They're usually like 15 minutes. I'm like, sweet. I just start at 10. Meetings at 10:15.
Yeah.
And then just before that, I always watch like a food video. I have my list of YouTubers. I'll be like, I haven't seen that
Like
one.
what kind of food? Like mukbang or like
No, they
cooking?
creative cooking, like something that I wouldn't be able to make, some like Korean dishes and things like that with ingredients that are hard to find. And I always just like, it's almost like my breakfast. I eat whilst watching the video. Yeah. And then I start work. So I like the routine. I think that's what's helping me all these hours that I'm watching.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Like, there's been a few kind of weekly series and things that I always tune in on. There's this one, The Week in Video Games by Skill Up, who's...
Oh, yeah. Wait, I've heard... Is that the channel Skill Up?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's quite a new series, but like whenever that comes out, I'm like, bang, sweet. Put that on whilst I'm doing something, and it's like, perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know something? Tim the Tap Man even got shouted out by Susan Wojcicki.
Oh, really?
In that
she'll shout out anyone that joins her little project.
As if they joined out of like, because they love YouTube so much.
Oh, I hate...
As if you didn't just pay them like a lot of money to say that.
I've always been a fan of this platform, and I think I'm going to take a pay cut because I love YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Maybe I missed it.
Yeah, so, okay, the thing I really wanted to talk about this episode is Susan Wojcicki, CEO of YouTube's 2022 like plan that she put out in a video on her channel. So it's just her talking over some like abstract graphics, but okay, right off the bat, can we just say she's head of YouTube. Her audio quality sucks. Absolutely fucking sucks.
It makes me proud for this episode.
Literally, we've got better audio quality. And I'm like, it's not as if her face is in it. She could literally just have a mic like this and it wouldn't interfere with
true.
the
That is
shot
so
or
true.
anything. You
It's
know,
so
it's
well,
not hard.
It would be cool if it was done like retro style YouTube, like a terrible camera, and she was like looking at it. And then if the quality is bad, I'm like,
I don't know.
She's
like,
a
it's
YouTuber,
something.
you know?
Okay, but then the other thing, the graphics that were on there
Yeah.
were like the most budget looking, like kind of weird. They had kind of a cool like 80s style, but they would just looked so low budget and just crappy.
I just
like
didn't
these
get
triangles moving around
Yeah.
in circles.
And I don't know
stuff.
if it was like, oh,
It's
maybe because
weird.
I've been in a data role recently, I'm like used to put in your presentation
Yeah.
of information.
I mean,
I was surprised.
again, she's head of YouTube. Like, why can't she just make a video? I don't know. She's done that before.
Yeah,
she
she's-
goes on people's
Yeah, exactly.
interviews.
Yeah. She's been with a lot of YouTubers, and you know,
I don't get
is
it.
confident in front of camera. Now she's saying her own words. You think it'd be even easier? But
Yeah, she must have I'm sure there's an assistant, somebody around the YouTube.
if you know the Hip Pause podcast,
Offices.
we've always said there's got to be interns.
Yeah, get one of these freaking interns on it,
Easy.
man.
Just
Okay,
easy.
I'll do it for free. Set up a camera. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, so
The contents of that video.
the content. So first, oh my god. So I honestly, there was some good and some bad. Like, I'm not gonna say it was all bad.
Yeah. I definitely have a good that I was gonna bring up as
Oh
well.
yeah. Okay, let's hear it.
Yeah, let's go with the good. Like,
Yeah.
although I cannot say how much YouTubers who did YouTube Shorts were making before, the fact that, like, what did she mention? 40% now
Yeah.
are going to be on the pay program,
Yeah,
the partner program.
So 40% of people that earned money from the short, they did this big shorts program to basically they said if you make a short, you'll get paid. Doesn't matter, you don't have to be on the partner program or anything. But she said 40% of people that made money on that weren't on the partner program, which is kind of awesome, actually.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause-
that's genuinely impressive.
Yeah, and I know in the finale of the last season of the Hip Pause podcast, there was some YouTubers that I started to watch because they were on the rise and shorts helped them. And I actually thought they were going to like kind of slow down because, you know, there wasn't
Yeah.
that much money in them. I remember you saying like it was really small, like per view. So it's good for them. It's definitely good.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, do you use that feature?
I never watch, like I never click the shorts button to just let it keep showing
Yeah,
me whatever.
yeah.
I have my YouTubers and then I check their shorts separately.
Yeah.
And annoyingly, you can't put it on
Interesting.
your TV. That would help.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh,
you can't. What do you
Like
cast it? Yeah, you can't cast it.
No way. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I watched a little bit, but okay. So besides that, can you think of any other like big kind of good things?
Not that I care about.
Yeah. I kind of feel the same. Like, there was other stuff which was like, okay, but you know, that's interesting. But one of the things that she mentioned was YouTube looking into NFTs as a way for channels to make money. Now, first of all, I'll say, like, I'm up for any way for channels to make money. You know, it's difficult. So putting like the merch there, that was a new feature. They put like merch underneath the video, pretty good.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, you know, all good. NFTs though, like,
I don't know if it was like a
that's gonna
cry
be-
for trying to join in
Yeah,
the space.
literally,
Like,
yeah.
hey, we're aware. We're not going to be Blockbuster in
literally,
this.
like, what? Twitter's adding NFT support? We got to do it. We got to do it.
But I don't
Dude.
know. And
It's
I know,
terrible.
and
It's
the thing
terrible.
is, I know that if it doesn't kickstart, they're gonna pay people to start doing it.
Yeah.
So it
That's the
kickstarts.
YouTube way.
Yeah.
This isn't successful just organically.
Yeah, I'm getting
people don't seem to like this.
I'm
How do
getting
we-
similar vibes to when Google had, what is it, Google Chat, Google Mess. You know, they had all these instant chat apps back in the day, and they always failed. Google Plus, all of that stuff. They just keep trying again. And I feel like that's what's happening.
Yeah, but at least they don't just like, here, take some money. Please use it. Please.
that's
please
true.
use it.
That is true.
Like, it's just a bit desperate, but
Yeah.
you know, fine. But yeah, the NFTs thing, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a way for creators to make money, but it's just
gotta be
nobody
used.
wants NFTs in their stuff.
And the people who use it, the majority are not going to use it in the right way.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to be my point as well. Like, it's going to get abused. There's going to be just dodgy stuff happening. It's just all around just terrible.
Yeah, and if I can't dislike it, how will we ever know?
Oh, and then that's the next thing. So obviously at the end of the last year, they removed the dislike button. Unanimously hated. And I bet you anything that they wanted to do it like 2 years earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But then their rewind got like the most thumbs down in history. So they were like, too close to that. Everyone's going to say we did it just because
of that. So we
were still crying about that. Which they totally did.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And yeah, so they removed the dislike button. Everybody absolutely hated this.
No. But didn't you hear Susan? She said the data now shows.
This is so annoying. Now,
what
look,
data? I would love to see that data.
This is what she said. She said we did all these tests, and firstly, it didn't have any impact on like watch time. So she's saying not having the dislike view visible didn't impact people actually watching the video negatively. Nobody thought it would. Nobody thought that would happen.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's good at least that's not affected. She said that it also what else? She said, that count was never even viewable on like search pages and the home page and things where most people see videos. So, really you haven't lost it from that many places.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
Yeah. And then she said it did result in fewer, dislike mobs where everybody comes in and dislikes a video. Okay, all those things may be true. Okay, and we don't want dislike mobs and people getting like trying to cancel people and all that.
And I hope they know their audience that not everyone that wants the dislike thing to come back are the mob people. Like, those are such a minority, but obviously,
Yeah. So here's the thing. They still removed it for everybody regardless. If you are a small channel who's being targeted by like hate and everything, okay, here's the option, turn it off. I think you can already turn off like dislike and like ratios.
You are so right. I forgot about that. Yeah, you can.
You literally can.
Yeah.
So, okay, so why not just do that? Let people do that. What's the problem with that?
Yeah.
Secondly, even if it wasn't available on the home pages and all that stuff, it's like one of the very few ways you have to actually understand how good or bad a video is.
No, again, Susan said you wouldn't see it if it was bad.
Literally, the only other way to do it is to like look at how many views it's got. Like, okay, it's got a lot of views.
No, and that definitely doesn't help.
Exactly. So then what? Go and skim through all the comments?
Watch time.
Like what? Like what? I don't get it. It's so dumb. It literally makes the website worse. And here's my thing about it, right? Obviously, over the years, YouTube has become less and less edgy, removing, more and more of those like sharp things that are like, ooh, not quite right, not quite PC, not quite tame, and all of that. And a lot of it, I don't like, but I support. I can see why something like Hair Cake from Max Mofo and Filthy Frank wouldn't, and iDubbbz, I can see why an advertiser wouldn't want to have ads against that video.
Yeah.
So fair enough, let them choose, and therefore that video is going to make less money because less advertisers want to go against that. Like, okay, I get it. But over the years, it's just like they're making it less and less possible, interesting. And now to the point that we're getting so sensitive to this stuff that we're even removing dislikes.
Yeah.
And it's I know, crazy. You can still press the button, but like, it's not the same.
It's crazy because like, even on that point you mentioned, it's like, advertisers at the end of the day, that's how we're going to feed YouTube to keep growing and keep existing. But videos shouldn't have to be removed, like demonetized. Okay. The Filthy Franks that could have been like this generation. I don't think removing the video is like helping because that edgy stuff.
But actually, do they remove the videos?
Well, people are getting. I know we mentioned it a while ago, but like old videos being like removed now by like
I don't know
more reviews.
I don't know if that was really happening.
Well, I guess.
Was it?
But it was just weird that some Filthy Frank videos, for example, after he stopped or concluded the channel, old videos were now just getting flagged and removed later on during the adpocalypse times as well.
But I think those got restored though, that stuff.
Ooh. Okay. All right, Susan. I'll check.
I'll check, yeah.
But yeah, it's just those edgy stuff kind of gave YouTube its character. Before you know it will be very, very mainstream.
Yeah, it's already like, I mean, I get it is the biggest video platform, tons of content and all that, but it's just so boring. It's just so boring. But the dislike likes one, okay, if you can't deal with it as a creator, turn off the counts. Fine, that's fine. Mm-hmm. And then let everybody choose. Why? I don't understand why you can't do that.
Soon comments will start, like any sort of words will just be removed as well. Because if you saw the comments to Susan's video, new CEO,
new CEO. Yeah, it's so bad.
I can't imagine the dislikes on that video.
Yeah.
But, you know.
I mean, it's just yet another thing where like YouTube say, look, we don't care. We don't care what you guys want.
And we won't
be
relatable to you.
You know, we've done our experiments, and ultimately the metrics that we care about, like, you know, view time and everything, don't go down. And we think we see less of like the hate mob thing, okay? So both those things, good things, support them both. Yeah. But they're missing the bigger picture
there is a balance.
Of it being like a usable kind of website, and like that's a good way for people to interact and be able to see what a video is all about by seeing that ratio.
Exactly. I don't know, it's like a simple analogy of like cars are polluting, let's end all cars, rather than think of a hybrid version to kind of please both sides. It's just you know, it's not the first time we've talked about top-down management going wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. Anyway, what else did she say? Nothing else really interesting. She was just saying like, oh, it's been big and everyone's done great. And, you know, it was really quite dry. I mean, besides the poor audio quality, the crappy graphics, it was just. Yeah, it's
a shame. I wish it was like an unboxed event of like what's going to happen this year, like in an actual exciting way. Like we're going to get some features that we've been asking for. There's definitely a community.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them who would be like, oh, I wish we had this. I wish we had that. They're all petty for me, but there are some strong ones out there. That would be your chance to bring those up. And it might even help when you suggest all these stuff that we don't want to hear. It's like, oh, at least they're listening to some of it. But
yeah, exactly.
It's none of it.
They don't care. Yeah, they just don't care. What else have you kind of been like up to in general, and what have you been watching on YouTube?
I mean, yeah, you know what? I'm not proud to say, but it is very repetitive stuff.
Oh, by the way, what's your watch time for this last week? Last 7 days?
10 hours, 40 minutes.
Okay, 10:40. I got, I think, 12.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say 20.
No. I have had some weeks like, I had COVID at the start of the year. And man, I hit some big numbers that week.
I feel like I'm hearing that the first time on the podcast.
Yeah. It was like the first week of the year.
Oh.
It was supposed to be the first week back at work. And yeah, it hit me real hard.
Damn.
So I was just like in bed for a week, feeling like crap, just watching YouTube. Kind of sucked. Like I couldn't even play games, nothing like that.
Oh, like that was that. Oh, you couldn't.
It was it was like it was pretty bad. So yeah,
I see. Well, I mean, I also find myself in those periods as well when I'm not watching as much. I start thinking like, oh, YouTube's not giving me enough. So I start like watching Netflix, or like I've watched like The Matrix. I'm not sure if you've seen it.
Oh, the new movie.
Yeah.
I saw it as well. Yeah.
I have thoughts. I have
thoughts. Go on, let's hear them.
Okay, if Keanu Reeves was not in that movie, or I just feel like
that's controversial. We're gonna get disliked.
Yeah, we are. I just feel like that movie was like so just 5 out of 10 for me.
I would go 6. I thought it was kind of fun.
It was clever in spaces of
I like Keanu Reeves and I liked him in it, but oh man, it was just that movie is literally such a nostalgia trap that
Yeah.
it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like every 5 or 10 minutes, they would just show a clip from the first movie.
Yep.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Literally, it would just do a flashback like, oh, this is just the first movie. Like, oh, do you remember when that cool thing happened?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, can we get on with like this movie now? Like, I could be watching the old one. Thanks for reminding me.
Yep. I do want to. I will watch it again, but I just felt like it was a trap, and that's why if it wasn't for Keanu in that movie, that it would not have worked.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, it was alright. But then, did you watch Spider-Man?
I have not watched that yet. No.
I watched it yesterday.
Really good?
Really good.
I've heard it's really good, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an Uncharted movie.
Yeah, that's coming up.
But anyway, forget all that, okay. Oh, I thought there was something interesting. Cobra Kai is now on Netflix. Cobra Kai, I don't know, when YouTube Premium like first came out, or back when it was YouTube Red, that was their main
I could have sworn
show.
it was. Yeah.
That was their exclusive.
Yeah.
Like everybody would point to, because I made a video about the service.
Oh yeah.
So many comments of people being like, I just got it to watch Cobra Kai. Like, Cobra Kai is amazing. Everything else sucks. It was literally like the only amazing show on there. There was some other good stuff apparently, but it was the only one that everyone was like, oh, this was amazing.
Yeah. It was the Breaking Bad that is to Netflix that kickstarted.
Yeah, except obviously it's no Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's good though.
Well, for YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, they have eventually managed to bring it over to Netflix. I mean, YouTube kind of stopped quite a long time ago now, the whole like content and TV shows and movie strategy with YouTube Premium. So it's taken a little while, but I guess it was just like, you know, licenses and running out and all that kind of working out deals and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, that's good for that. Good for that platform.
So some other stuff that I've been watching a fair bit of. So one of them is Tim Heidecker. So I've spoken about him before, but he's one of the people that made Tim and Eric's show, which is like an absolute classic. And I've watched some of his stuff before. Do you remember there was that show I was watching on YouTube of two people in a movie, in the movies, watching and talking about films.
Yeah.
And it was like super tongue-in-cheek comedy, absolutely hilarious. It was called On Cinema at the Cinema.
Yeah.
That was with Tim Heidecker. But he's now recently started doing a podcast on YouTube where he just, I don't know, they just kind of take the piss out of everything. They did this whole episode in the style of Joe Rogan. Like they got the same kind of room and they were just, it was super tongue-in-cheek and they were just taking the piss so much. It was absolutely amazing. Like he was playing the role of Joe and he'd have a guest on who was just spouting absolute like nonsense. He's going, stem cells, and it was just like such a good bit of comedy. But his stuff is always really good. Like his style of comedy is just so tongue in cheek and so dry. It's amazing. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, really recommend that. Do you have any recommends for us? I mean, I've got more, but
hey, no, keep them coming. I wouldn't say I have recommendations. It's just like I mean, as we get into the season, I'll be a bit more specific. But I've kind of just hit my like set of YouTubers, which we've kind of covered, like Joma. He's kind of creating a new universe.
Joma.
On YouTube, or Joma Tech, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
He's kind of gone away from like the skits, and now he's trying to do like he's trying to create like a universe of characters, kind of in a Filthy Frank kind of way, but it's all on the data and software engineering side.
Okay, so that's pretty good.
He's the boss. He's the like three of the subordinates under. He's also like the external guy that they like funding, and it's just like, it's just a weird thing he's doing because he eventually wants to get into film, he said, and he's just trying to do script with multiple characters and putting them together, and the last 2 episodes, they've been really good. Really good. But, links in description, as always.
Yeah. I've got a bit of one that I actually kind of want to do a whole episode on. But it's this girl called Bailey Sarian. And so I heard about it because my fiance started watching her videos.
Oh yeah.
So, and which she would just walk around the house with it playing on her phone, like going from room to room.
I thought this was the YouTube
doing
video
her own,
already.
No, doing whatever she's doing. So constantly from the other room, I heard this girl, and some of it was quite interesting, and I watched a couple myself. But basically, what she does is she puts makeup on and tells the story of like a gruesome murder or a horrible crime.
Wait, that has actually happened,
Yes.
or a made-up story?
Yeah, true crime. It's basically like a true crime podcast, only it's a video and she's putting makeup on. I mean, I don't really get the makeup part, but
it's different. Yeah.
both my sister and my fiance have said there's something about watching someone put makeup on that's just really relaxing. I think I don't know. I can't speak for any girls apart from those two who have told me this. But from what I understand from them, it's it's fun and relaxing thing to watch. Obviously, I don't really get it. But
yeah. I mean, I have that thing with Tim the Tatman. The specific videos I like to watch is where he's eating, watching other people play Call of Duty.
Interesting. Actually, I meant to say in Susan's address, he was one of the ones. She said, we've brought on loads of great live streaming creators or something like that, and Tim was on screen and like a really
Probably got a bonus for that.
Yeah.
For that shout out.
So yeah, but yeah, Bailey Sarian, and the reason I want to take more time to talk about her is that she started off just a makeup channel. And you can see it if you go back in time. You can see like, okay, X number of views, pretty average, pretty low.
Yeah.
And then you see a point where she decides just to, I'm just gonna talk about this crime that I heard about in detail while I do this.
Before you know it,
just randomly, and then boom, and immediately she saw like the views that she got from that, and obviously she enjoyed doing it as well. And literally, it's like bang, okay, that's a weekly series. And then she's just doing that every week with makeup stuff in between, and it's still not getting views. The normal makeup stuff.
I see.
Then you see the transition into just now I only do this, and it's just like explodes, and it's just really interesting to kind of see
and
like,
be a part of like as it changes.
Yeah. She's kind of just plugging away, and then over time just like trying different stuff and just hits upon something really good.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, but yeah, I want to spend more time kind of going into that stuff because it is pretty like interesting.
And hey, who doesn't want to hear stories?
I know, and it is interesting. Like I said, I don't care about the makeup side of things, but yeah. Okay, the next one I wanted to mention, who is Alex Ernst.
Oh yeah.
The Vlogmas series. My God, you tell me about it.
Were you watching it before I mentioned it in the group chat?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was when I first started, and it was maybe on episode 5 or something.
I see.
And obviously I watched them back, and then.
Man, Christmas was a good time, wasn't it?
I know.
Yeah. So Alex, who I guess I know because he used to be like in David Dobrik's.
So he was
videos.
Vlog Squad.
Not essentially, because I think everyone had their own YouTube channel. He wasn't very YouTube heavy. He was always just in the background kind of guy.
Okay.
And that's why he like lives miles away from everyone. He's not an LA person, but he's always like in his videos, like way before this Vlogmas stuff, he was always a bit, he had more cinematography going on. He had a bit of poetry, and then that, classic sense of humor, sarcasm stuff. And then for some reason, I don't know, I don't think he's done it before, but he did a Vlogmas, which is a video every day leading up to Christmas. And he just had some weird plot. Is it even a plot? He just had... In general, that was some of the best YouTube like I've seen in a long time. Yeah. Very short videos.
By far the best vlogs I've seen in a long time. Yeah, they were 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, of just him going through his day, but then there was some like elements that were progressing, like he was trying to save up money to buy his girlfriend a present, I think for Christmas.
Yeah.
He had some scarecrows that were attacking him at some point, and every episode, it was very low budget on purpose. It was like, he was doing selfie videos in the shower and like, talking old school vlog kind of style.
Yeah.
But then as it was progressing, there were little bits that were happening in every episode that kind of made you want to come back for more.
And just so many like ridiculous jokes with the editing
and the green
using
screen.
green screens. It was just overall like absolutely hilarious. It was such well done content.
Yeah, you could tell the storytelling had some thought.
Yeah,
Well,
even though he
obviously
was
had
just
some
throwing it together like every day, 2 or 3 minutes, you know?
Yeah.
So good. So I really recommend you go back and watch that. I have watched some of his other stuff, like his previous vlogs.
Yeah.
But just not as good.
Yeah,
I
would say less.
It wasn't as compelling.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't even say less effort, but they just had a different purpose, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one channel, very briefly.
Oh, go on.
I think her channel is called Doobie Doop, or she calls herself Doobie.
Doobie, okay, fine.
She kind of speaking about, was it Bailey, the YouTuber you were talking about, in terms of like that growth and finding out what that growth is and like doing crazy well. So I think I mentioned in the last season, she was like on 400K subs and all she was doing was shorts. And then the shorts were getting loads of views. Like we're talking like 2.5 million each time. And all she's really doing is making food. And then she does it in a style where the ending of the short is also the beginning of the short. Which I guess a lot of people do, but she had it kind of well timed in the cooking part or like the prep part, which is, you know, pretty clever. I liked watching them. I subscribed. And then maybe she wasn't making that much money, I don't know. She started going to long form content. And I wasn't really a fan. It took me a long time.
Really? Why did he struggle?
to listen to somebody more than a minute that I'm only used to for a minute. Eventually, that's what she was doing. And I've grown to like them. They're very weird, but it's now just her kind of making food, but then also showing the world life in Korea. And you know, she meets other chefs along the way, like Babish as well. And yeah, like it's a really good channel and it's progressing. And now I miss the shorts. She's not doing them at all, but the growth is crazy. It's like
really.
I was even keeping track. It was like every week it was like 250K.
Damn.
Followers.
And do you reckon that's mainly coming from the shorts?
I think it was because I saw her on like 200K, then 400 was when I was watching her properly, and now she's on like probably hitting almost 2 million at this point, and the growth in like 5 months was insane. But you know, shorts has its benefit. But yeah, it was good to see like a YouTuber who just basically fresh just grew like that. Minecraft guy, I can't even remember his name. Not Dream, it's like a smaller one. We talked about him once where he got to 1 million in like a couple months from just Minecraft videos.
Not Dream? It wasn't a Dream?
No, it was this other guy that you liked and you were watching like his series, but you know, maybe you don't. Maybe you don't really have a strong connection to these people.
Maybe it was the RL Craft guy. I don't know.
Could be. But
okay, well, I think we've got to wrap it up there. We will be back. So stay tuned. Sub to us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube. In fact, this is a video episode. Probably should have mentioned that earlier on.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, we're only doing one episode at the start of every year. So we'll see you next year.
yeah, basically. Yeah. All right. Thank you all for listening. Good to be back. And we will see you next time.